It's the last Raw before WrestleMania. But unfortunately, this Raw was like every other Raw on Monday nights. It was pretty damn garbage. Welcome back, guys. The Fog Wrestling for your Raw review from the 27th of March 2023. We're only, 4 days away now before we go into the WWE Hall of Fame. Then it is night 1 of WrestleMania. Then it's night 2 of WrestleMania. This was the final night for the Red Brand to do their stuff, to set matches, to improve rivalries, to get things more heated, to get things more spicy for the big show on Saturday and Sunday. And it did a really, really poor job. From start to finish, it was mediocre, it was garbage, it was bland. Nothing interesting happened, and pretty much everything we predicted in the preview did happen. So, yeah, no, not a good show at all.
It was as spicy as a Phil Brooks ice cream bar. Is that safe to say? Was that a good wee analogy there, or was that not? Right. The only thing that didn't happen that we didn't get right was the fact that our main event, there was actually a conclusive winner, but it was the guy we thought who could only win, because they were never going to have Solo defeat Cody. Spoiler alert. But we did kick off the show with 2 Hall of Famers. But let me tell you something. Let's have them out there, but let's not have them speak, brother, because that's a great idea, isn't it? Becky Lynch going, Bayley, it should have ended War Games, brother.
Right, I don't get Becky Lynch. Every time she's cutting a promo, she's gasping for breath. Don't understand this. And then, you legit have the 2 biggest women of all time in terms of, status, in terms of, the Women's Hall of Fame. The Rock and Austin of the women's division is Trish and Lita. Yet, they're nothing more than puppets in this entire feud, in this entire segment. It's like Becky Lynch is, as she says, the man. She's the woman. She's the one that's in a feud with Bayley, but because Bayley's got 2, henchwomen, she's got 2 lackeys then. It's almost like Becky Lynch needs 2 lackeys, and I can't believe that Trish and Lita are in this position. It's like, what's the point? I mean, you could have put anybody in Becky Lynch's team if you're just going to have them stand in the background.
There's so many things wrong with this, because how are we going into Mania? Who's actually thinking that this team can lose?
Well, considering Damage Control have never won a match that I can remember.
But just look at the 2 teams. Bayley is by far the best member of Damage Control in terms of star power, right? Well, you've got the other 3 who are so many levels clear of Bayley.
I would be shocked if Damage Control won. The only way Damage Control win is if there's a heel turn from the face team.
They're talking a Trish Stratus turn heel, and again, does not seem a bit weird though that you've got Becky and Lita holding the belts and Trish is kind of just sitting there like a spare part?
Well, I mean, that's why I think maybe Trish could turn heel. I guess if she does turn heel, she could... Trish and Lita, I don't know, are best friends. Maybe Trish could blame Becky for trying to steal her best friend or some shit like that, or jealousy. I mean, that's something they could do.
Does that really work, though, when you've been out of wrestling full-time for 16 years and you're about 45? My best friend, man.
We're besties, Becky, and you stole her from me. Before this, we had Miz TV. Just the same old crap, really. Miz TV, we had another generic edition of it. Becky Lynch, says that Miz has tiny balls or whatever. Miz says they're gigantic. His wife can vouch for it. And then Becky Lynch says, well, it's good that we know Maurice didn't get around a lot before she met you. Everyone thought this was great. I just thought it was lame. Never been a big fan of Becky Lynch. Not then, not now, not forever.
This is just Exhibit F. Something that was actually funny when they did it the first time with Miz, and they just dragged the arse out of it. Like Titus O'Neil falling and they're breaking his neck. How many times did they repeat it?
Yeah, it was... Well, that's ain't as bad as that. That was fucking horrible, that Titus O'Neil shit.
See, for something that was so good when it actually happened. I mean, I was in tears for about 5 minutes when Titus O'Neil did that. And then every time they did it, you were like, what are they doing?
The mad thing is, Titus O'Neil legit could have died that night, but...
I know.
His career would have been more over if he did die.
There'd have been no more kisses on his son's lips.
No, there wouldn't have been. Anyway, we get to the match. It's Becky Lynch versus Io Sky. I mean... competitive enough match, but Becky Lynch wins, and is anybody really surprised? Honestly. Was anything else going to happen? No. And it's like, could they not at least had Lita or Trish wrestle this match? I mean, Becky Lynch has just cut the entire promo, and then she does the match. It's like, what is the point of Trish and Lita being here? It's like they're background characters.
I know, it just sucks. It does, it really does. I don't understand this. You had Trish Stratus coming out and saying that the Mount Rushmore of women is her, Lita, Becky, and Bayley. What do you think of that?
Trish said this on Raw or on Instagram, or
it was I seen it on No DQ.
Trish,
in an interview.
Trish, Lita, Becky, Bayley.
Aye.
I don't see how she puts Bayley in there. Like,
I don't know how.
I mean, I could maybe see that. I don't even agree with Becky Lynch being in that, but I draw the line though at putting Bayley in the top 4 women of all time. That certainly just does not work for me. We come back for a break and we get a video package hyping up Asuka in a WrestleMania match with Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair. So we get 2 of these. The first one we get is Asuka. It shows you Asuka being dominant over recent weeks. And then we get one later on that night and it shows you Bianca Belair obviously being dominant. She's, retained her title. It shows you her basically over the year winning matches. And it's like, honestly, why are Asuka and Bianca Belair not here tonight on Raw? It's not like this feud, it's not like this story is so great, so hot that there's nothing else they can add before the match. It's not like, oh, we can't possibly improve this feud, so we're not going to try or anything like that. This feud has been absolute garbage. There is like 0 heat in this. Out of all the matches on the WrestleMania card, apart from the 2 throwaway showcase matches, I would say this one is the one that people are least interested in. Like, literally nobody cares about old Asuka versus fucking boring I never lose Bianca Belair. Nobody cares about this, and why would we care? Why would... Asuka's been coming out, spitting blue mist in jobbers' faces, talking Japanese what no one understands. Bianca Belair comes out, has never cut a compelling promo, just comes out, spins her hair around, and then last week, Asuka turned heel.
Oh, sweetie.
Hit some phony offense, and then that's it. We don't get a follow-up tonight. We don't get Bianca Belair's reaction to Asuka turning on her. We just get 2 promo packages from these 2 over the recent months and weeks, dominating opponents. Honestly, why are they getting the night off? It's the last Raw before Mania. What makes these 2 so special? I don't get it.
Well, my eyes absolutely hee-haw, but Triple H is the man. He is the indie booker. He is McMahon's successor. And Triple H has dropped the ball yet again.
I just don't see... I don't see why they're both off and why they're not furthering this story heading into Mania. And B, who wants to see this match? I mean,
no one. But again, I mean... We never would want to see this match, but at least there was a build behind it. Like I said, hair versus hair.
Oh, but that's just a stipulation. Like, you still need a build. There's been nothing, man. Absolutely not. This match is dreadful. Anyway,
and Belair's winning, isn't she? Like,
well, see, I don't know. I mean, is there a draft after WrestleMania? Because I think Rhea Ripley's winning the SmackDown belt. And I'm assuming she's going to bring it to Raw. But both Bianca Belair and Asuka are on Raw. So could we end up with both women's titles on Raw? I don't know. It's a strange
crazy time to be alive. Charlotte Flair's probably going to take the belt off Bianca Belair.
Probably. Then we get a promo package showing you Seth Rollins and Logan Paul. Shows you Logan Paul like laying out Seth Rollins in consecutive weeks. Now they have got Logan Paul to show up a couple of times in the build up to WrestleMania, which is great. But would it not help if they got him to show up on the last Raw before WrestleMania? I mean, this is the final Raw, the final show from the Red brand. It's like, shouldn't they be going all out? That's what they used to do back in the day. The last Raw before WrestleMania was action packed. It was like star studded. Literally everything they could do, they done.
And here they don't. I don't know. I feel like this feels like the least WrestleMania season of all time.
It does. It feels like I think it's the least important WrestleMania.
That's not saying.
I'm not saying it's the worst WrestleMania card of all time in terms of on paper, but in terms of like importance and like rivalries and just like anticipation, I'm just not feeling it.
Yeah, and that's not to say that like the past 5 years have been great build up.
No, but they've been better than this.
Really?
Even the COVID build up was better than this. This is really, really bad. Seth Rollins defeats Mustafa Ali. Mustafa Ali last month, picked up a win against Dolph Ziggler. They made out this win against Dolph Ziggler was like a massive upset, but how can anybody beating Dolph Ziggler be considered an upset?
I know.
In 2023. But they gave Mustafa Ali a new gimmick. However, in back-to-back weeks, he's lost to Omos and now he's lost to Seth Rollins. So it looks like that push Mustafa Ali was getting is being pushed out the window. And again, it's just, I feel if McMahon does this, he gets criticised, but it's like Triple H can do whatever he wants and no one's going to, no one's going to criticise him, no one's going to blame him, no one's going to be honest and just admit that a lot of the stuff that he's doing absolutely sucks. No matter what Triple H does, people like to lick his ass. And I'm just wondering how can you continue to lick it at this stage because this Raw, this WWE, this entire company, the build-up to WrestleMania, it's all horrendous. And speaking of horrendous, I don't think it gets any worse than the added match for SmackDown, the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. We'll talk about that a bit later, but Seth Rollins defeats Mustafa Ali with not one, but two stomps. I mean, does he really need two stomps to beat Ali?
No.
It's like... This is Seth Rollins just not having a fucking clue what he's doing. Less is more. Why the hell would you need to hit your finisher? Or he's trying to make a statement. Should have just been one stomp, 1, 2, 3, game over.
It's for Mustafa Ali, a guy who would get defeated by anything. The finger poke of doom.
See when Austin was facing Spike Dudley, do you think he really needed to do a second Stone Cold Stunner?
No, he did the Lou Fest Press and that was it.
He gave Spike the middle finger and that was enough to put Spike away. Unbelievable. Then Seth cuts a promo at the end. Says, right, so he says that come WrestleMania, it's going to be Logan Paul's birthday, but we're not going to be singing Happy Birthday. We're going to be singing this, and he tells the fans to let's get the rhythm started early or some shit like this. Then the crowd start chanting, or they start like humming Seth Rollins' theme song. Now Seth Rollins says this was lyrics. He wanted them to sing it. There is no singing. They're just going oh, that's not singing. It's garbage. It's a garbage theme anyway. I don't understand this.
Yeah, I don't. What is the gimmick? Is he trying to get a Mexican wave in here or something? Oh, Seth Rollins, man, I don't know. 1 minute I think he's alright, and the other minute I think he's awful.
He's garbage. I don't like him. Was
it almost in Brock Lesnar up next?
No, it wasn't that up next. We see Corbin begging Adam Pearce for a break. Pearce says Corbin can fight out in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal on Friday. Chelsea Green is complaining about not being in the showcase match. Pearce says she doesn't even have a partner. Piper Niven wanted nothing to do with her. Sonya Deville comes in and also takes shots at Pearce. He says his plan was to put them together on tonight's qualifier against Candice LeRae and Mia Yim. Corbin wants back in and asks, seriously? Pearce looks at him and walks out, and that's it. So, Corbin's annoyed. Corbin's annoyed that he's put these two in a qualifier. What does he want into the women's showcase match? Like, why? I don't understand why Corbin's.
Well, it might be the only match he'll ever get again.
No, but Pearce has just put him into the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. I don't know why Corbin's so annoyed at Pearce booking these two in a match. Again, Pearce says that Piper Niven wants nothing to do with Chelsea Green. Why? Piper Niven's the one that lost last week, so shouldn't it be the other way about? And what happened with Carmella? I thought they were going down the route of Carmella and Chelsea Green. For some reason, that tag team just got dropped, and now all of a sudden it's Sonya Deville. Is Carmella injured? Has something happened to Carmella?
Triple H is awful at unexplained absences.
No, but they were hyping up a team between Carmella and Chelsea Green. Now all of a sudden we don't see Carmella. And Chelsea Green's teaming up with Sonya Deville. I don't get it. Anyway, we get the weigh-in next. It's Brock Lesnar almost comes out first. I predicted they would weigh him as 420 pounds, but they gave him 410. I was close. MVP starts putting over Omos. He says, you can't suplex Omos, you can't lift Omos, and you can't F5 Omos. Like, why? Brock Lesnar's done it to bigger men and heavier men than Omos. He's done it to he's done it to Big Show. He's done it to Mark Henry. He's done it to a lot of big guys. Now, I mean, if MVP at least went into a bit of detail and maybe played on the fact that Brock Lesnar is older now, then you could argue that makes a little bit of sense. But again, they don't want to make Brock look weak, I guess. They don't want to go into talk about his age. That's not something they really do in wrestling a lot. They don't really bring up a wrestler's age, even though... I think it's because now it's like pretty much everybody is nearly past their prime.
And anyone over is old.
It's like the roster is just like a lot older now. I mean, so like, if they really start bringing age and prime into it, then like I said, more or less the entire roster has peaked, or if not peaked, they are past their prime. So, but that would have made sense if you're saying, "Oh, Brock, you're not as strong as you used to be. You're not the beast you once were. Blah 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 blah." But it's like MVP is insinuating that Brock Lesnar can't lift a guy that's 410 pounds when we've seen in the past he can do it rather easily.
Exactly.
And we also seen Bobby Lashley fucking throw this guy about as well. So
I mean, maybe they could have played in the fact that like he's like 7'4" and it could be awkward for him to lift, rather than his actual weight.
True, but
like when Cena did the FU to Khali, it looked weird. It didn't look right.
It did, but
I think he was carrying a bit of plywood.
But yeah, Brock Lesnar comes out. He doesn't even step on the scales. So much for a weigh-in. He attacks Omos. He hits a couple of like flying shoulder tackles. Omos doesn't go down. Then he grabs the weighing scales. He's about to hit Omos with him. Omos hits a big boot. Brock goes down. Brock rolls underneath the ring before Omos can hit him with the scales. And then Brock looks at Omos. And that's how this segment ends. Fucking abysmal.
Brock put a bit of effort in with the runs, but that was about it.
No, but is this all Brock's got? I'm not blaming Brock here, but is this the best they can do? Brock turns up, hits a couple of shoulder tackles, gets a boot to the face, rolls to the outside, then looks at Omos. I mean, that is literally it.
I know. He picks up the scales and he's like, "Damn, I should have stepped on these scales, brother."
How the fuck can anybody think this is good?
No,
it's the beast Brock Lesnar. Oh, Brock Lesnar. I love Brock Lesnar. He comes out, couple of shoulder tackles, don't have much effect. He gets a boot to the face, he retreats, then stares down Omos. I mean, that is legit what happened here. And MVP cut a really fucking average promo.
This match shouldn't even be happening.
MVP says, at WrestleMania, he says, you can't beat him at WrestleMania. He said WrestleMania twice in the space of like 2 seconds. You don't do that. That's an automatic fail.
That would be a 49 rating too.
Aye.
Total Extreme Wrestling MVP failing there.
If you've ever played it, you'll know. I tell you what, I'd much rather play Total Extreme Wrestling than watch this shit.
Oh, of course I would. They've just wasted Brock. Could have given him something good.
And again, it's almost like they're completely ignoring the fact that Omos lost last year to Bobby Lashley. MVP's treating Omos as if... And no, I don't know.
Would Solo Sakai against Brock not have been better? And actually Solo Sakai...
100%.
Have Solo Sakai fucking win?
Yeah, 100%. I would have much preferred that. And another thing, see, since Omos has lost to Bobby Lashley, he pretty much disappeared for 6 months. Remember him and MVP seemingly split up? And then MVP was trying to get the Lashley back, and then the Hurt, Benjamin and Cedric Alexander were trying to join back up with MVP.
I know.
And they just completely dropped that. So, how's this Triple H this great guy when he's just completely fucking ignored that?
That's it though, it's like, just pretend it never happened. And
now all of a sudden, it's WrestleMania season, and Omos is back with MVP, even though we haven't seen Omos in about 6 months, and we're supposed to believe he was a big monster again, because he beats fucking Mustafa Ali and Dolph Ziggler. Is anyone buying that?
No.
I'm certainly not.
Triple H is trying to buy it though. He's trying to buy it very much so, but...
We get a video package for Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's Championship. After this, Brian Saxton does a backstage interview with Rhea Ripley, and she says that Flair's legacy is unmatched, it's great, but she won't let Flair's legacy come between her destiny. And it's like, this just sounds like her saying words, you know, it doesn't, I don't feel it. Like, see when Austin says to The Rock...
She's read this off a sheet of paper.
But it's just words. Like, see when Austin says to The Rock, I need to beat you for that title. I have to be the WWE. You felt it.
Yeah.
You felt like Austin wasn't lying. Austin couldn't be in the company and not be champ. See when Rhea Ripley's talking about, I need to be the champion. My legacy, or what did I say?
I can't let her...
My destiny has to beat her legacy or whatever. It's like...
It's like that was about 10 people sitting in a room trying to figure out this promo.
It's like, see when Alberto Del Rio had that, it is my destiny. It was just words. It didn't feel real. I mean, it doesn't mean shit.
No, exactly.
See when Cody Rhodes comes out and says that he has to win the belt, I believe him.
Yeah.
Now, you just, it's the way you deliver it. You have to make people believe. This to me just felt like Rhea Ripley saying words. I mean, we can say words. I can turn around and say, it's my destiny to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of the night. Is it going to happen?
No, probably not, actually, no.
So, again, just really poor here. And again, Flair's not here because she's on SmackDown, but, I mean, even the people that are on Raw can't even show up to Raw, so what does it matter, man? Garbage. Then we get a Fatal 4-way match. A Fatal 8-man tag match.
4 on 4.
Braun Strowman, Ricochet, and the Street Profits versus the Viking Raiders and Alpha Academy. We guaranteed pretty much the team of Braun Strowman would win, but we thought Chad Gable would take the pin.
And he didn't.
And in fact, it was one of the members of the Viking Raiders. And
was it Ivar?
Eric. Eric's the smaller one, isn't he?
Yes, so that was Eric.
And again, it's like, we spoke about how the Viking Raiders have declined over the past couple months, unbeaten for a year, and then basically turned into jobbers. And I mean, the fact that they lost tonight, I think.
Again, that's Triple H, brilliant guy, just burying people.
But look at the momentum they had. I never liked them. I never thought they were great. But Jesus Christ, they were unbeaten for a year. They beat all the top teams apart for the Usos on SmackDown, and now they're back to being nothing but fucking people taking a pin. We come back for the break. We get a pre-recorded promo for Finn Balor. I guess Finn Balor's not here tonight. Well, he's not. If he was here tonight, they didn't show him.
What is it with so many people not being here tonight?
He says that Edge can go and, Edge can try and find his dark place. Edge can try and release, whatever he has inside him, the darkness. But Balor says that the demon never goes away. He doesn't have to summon his demons. They are always here with him. You just have to look closely, and then Balor's face flashes with shots of the demon. It goes like half Balor, half demon. And I mean, I guess you could argue the special effects was decent. But
my TV goes fully black, turned off.
But whatever. Anything to say about that?
No, I just think this feud's we had the build-up's literally been Edge saying, you know what, I'm sick of feuding with you guys. I want to feud with some main eventers before I retire. That's literally where it's went.
Well, I completely agree with Edge with that statement.
And as good as the Brood, right? See if they do reunite, it'll be very good, but it kind of just goes back to the question of, should Edge really be reuniting the Brood instead of going for the belt?
I don't know. Again, Edge not here tonight.
Wait, what? How many... Cena not here tonight? It's a disgrace. Reigns not here tonight.
I can almost accept him not being here, but I still don't know why Bianca Belair and Asuka weren't here. But look at your card. You're literally... So Cena not there, Reigns not there, Edge not there. You got Finn Balor cutting a promo, a pre-recorded promo. You had Austin Theory technically there because they cut a promo before the show started, but he wasn't on the show. Yeah, again, Asuka not there, Bianca Belair not there. I'm surprised Brock even showed up tonight. And to be honest, what they actually did with Brock, was it even worth his while?
No.
It's actually crazy that Brock flies out to these arenas just for that. As soon as he walks back, he's straight in his jet and off away home.
It's mad.
I'd rather just see Brock via satellite, show him milking one of his cows or something. I mean, I think that'd be better than what we got.
It would be.
Anyway, we move on. What do we get next?
Austin Theory.
Austin Theory cuts a promo. Not bad. He said he doesn't do this for the kids, or he doesn't do this, for the future Austin Theory wannabe.
I do like the empty arena effect.
He does this for himself, and he said something about he was going to let John go over, but John had to make it personal or something like that. I mean, I don't know if I read that right, but from what I got, it sounded like he said he was going to, let John win, but maybe. I don't know, maybe I read it wrong. Maybe it came across wrong.
Maybe he meant he was just going to let Cena's remarks go over his head, but he's took it to heart. Now he's going to batter him. Maybe
that's what he means. Anyway, it was not bad. I guess it was all right. Then we get Cody. He's backstage. He says he and Solo are undefeated, and he knows that Reigns and Paul Heyman would ask him right now if he has a chance against Solo. And on Sunday, Cody says that he talks about the Samoan, saying that they're hard to beat and all that stuff. But he says he's going to win tonight, and he's going to win on WrestleMania. So, and he says again that Solo's not ready. So they seem to have this thing for Solo's not ready. Yeah, whatever. Then we get the WrestleMania Showcase qualifier. Candice LeRae and Mia Yim versus Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville. Of course, Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville are going to win, because why the fuck would Candice LeRae and Mia Yim win?
Any team with
the Poison Pixie and Mia Yim. How can that team win?
It's going nowhere. Best thing Candice LeRae's done show up outside her front door where her baby as Grayson Waller was fucking grabbing Johnny Gargano by the neck. You see that?
Aye. But again, it's like, I like the fact that they've done something outside of the building, but could they not have used that in a better feud?
I know.
I mean,
literally.
All the feuds going on, could they not have done... Could, I don't know, Edge, not Finn Balor not turn up at Edge's house, or...
Well, I guess Rollins did that.
Okay.
Could someone just not turn up at someone's house? I know, on Raw.
Maybe Bianca Belair turned up at Asuka's house in Japan, and that's why they weren't on the show tonight.
Could have been. Could have been.
Anyway, Chelsea Green hits the Unprettier on Maya Yim and gets the win 1-2-3. Green and DeVille celebrate. They'll now join Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, Natalya and Shotzi Blackheart, and Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler in this WrestleMania Showcase Fatal 4-Way match. Moving on, we get Damian Priest versus Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio is still moving like he's in his prime, but he's nearly 50 years old.
What a man Rey Mysterio is.
Rightfully going into the Hall of Fame. Dominic attacks him during the match, causes the DQ. Dominic and Damian Priest beat up Rey. It's 2-on-1 because I guess the rest of the Bloodline aren't here tonight. But then we get Legado del Fantasma, Escobar, Joaquin Wilde, and Cruz del Toro come rushing out to the ring. Queen Selena doesn't join them because Rhea Ripley's not there, so there's no point in her really coming in. What's she going to do? Only the big butch women are allowed to attack men, I guess. And
well, see this Hall of Fame for Rey, right? What they're going to do is Dominic going to be there, and they're going to just acknowledge kayfabe, or they're not, or do you think they're going to do a segment or an angle where Dominic attacks Rey during his speech or something?
I thought they were going to do that and then make the match official.
Yeah.
But now the match is already official. I think they might just not have Dominic there and have him banned or something like that.
Nah. That'd probably be the best.
Because at the end of the day, right, we've never really seen a Hall of Fame speech get used for like a storyline or anything like that.
I feel like this is the one to do it, though.
I know, but maybe Ray just wants to enjoy the moment, you know what I mean? It's they're talking about his entire career here. Do they really want to have Dominic attack him while he's cutting his...
Probably not, but...
Hall of Fame speech?
Fuck, it would make it memorable.
It would. I mean, it's a good idea, but I think it would have made more sense if the match wasn't official. Now that the match is already official, I don't really see the point.
You can slabber about your mother, I say, but interrupting my Hall of Fame speech. Therefore, a ring that I'm going to sell, amigo. Not cool.
Anyway, speaking of not cool, we go backstage. There is an A4 piece of paper printed on a door. It is for the participants in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal on SmackDown. Luke Gallows, Cal Anderson, and Johnny Gargano are backstage looking at the list. They see their names on the list. They're freaking out over how good WrestleMania is going to be. They're freaking out and they're not even on the fucking show. You know, they're on SmackDown. Now, yeah, Johnny Gargano's on Stand and Deliver, but what are Luke Gallows and Cal Anderson getting excited about? There's just another SmackDown.
See this list?
You're on a Battle Royal on SmackDown.
Oh, it's payday. But see this list? This could have been the release fucking schedule for people getting released on Monday.
It would be better if it was that.
Apart from Bobby Lashley, they could all go.
I'd say so. We then see Elias and Rick Boogs. They do the same. They look at the list. Rick Boogs is like, oh, yes, I'm in. Then Elias is like, oh, I'm in too. Elias says he's a lock to win this. He turns around. He bumps into Dexter. Dexter just stands at him. So I guess Dexter's also in the match. Then he turns around, bumps into Bronson Reed. And I guess Bronson Reed is also in the match. Then he turns around and knocks into Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley asks Elias if he really is a lock to win this. Elias says that's what he said. Lashley says he will see Elias on Friday. Boogs then says this will be fun as he aggressively slaps Elias on the shoulder, crippling him. I mean, this segment crippled me. I actually cannot believe... Oh, so honestly, hold on a minute. Because Bray Wyatt is a crybaby, fucking overrated bitch, Bobby Lashley, all of a sudden, has to go from WrestleMania to Friday Night SmackDown Battle Royal.
That's pretty much it.
And let's be real.
If I was Bobby Lashley, I'd kill him.
This isn't a Battle Royal on SmackDown for the World Heavyweight Championship. This isn't a Battle Royal on SmackDown for a number one contendership match. This is a jobber Battle Royal.
Yeah.
Now, we've seen Battle Royal. Remember the Battle Royals used to get, and it had main eventers in it? This is a battle royal full of fucking bums. Why would Bobby Lashley want to be on this?
I know. But see with Bray Wyatt, it's not only this he's messed up. He's messed up LA Knight. He's messed up Bobby Lashley. I mean, Brock didn't want to work with him, and therefore
Now Brock's stuck with Omos.
He's fucked up the entire card.
He's probably fucking ruined Bo Dallas' last chance in the company as well. I mean...
Oh.
You could argue, you could add Alexa Bliss to that as well.
He sucks.
You just need to give up on the guy. Speaking of giving up, Dolph Ziggler should have left this company a long time ago.
Yeah.
Look at people that weren't really going anywhere. Either they decided to leave or they were fired. And the likes of Drew, Cody Rhodes, there's two to, come to mind. They came back, got themselves, in a better position on the card, and now are pretty much main eventers. I feel like Dolph Ziggler should have done the same. But he's never really done that. He's always stuck around. And now we used to call him a mid-carder. But, you can't even call him a mid-carder now. He is a glorified bum.
Just shows you how dead wrestling is. This guy's a 2-time world champion.
I would even...
See, in the 2000s, like, what world champion, right, for, like, a previous era, or, the last 7 years was getting treated this fucking bad?
None. Never.
And you look...
I couldn't even imagine Ziggler winning the 24/7 title. Never mind the fucking world title, honestly.
Well, there you go. That's it.
Anyway, Gunther beats him. Easy. Last Sympathy. Sympathy
It's
or whatever
a
it is.
bittersweet
Aye, garbage.
symphony.
So that's it. Gunther cuts a promo. It's a disgrace that I had to fight 2 men at Mania. Mania? I will.
Well, what is it though? Like, either you're like the greatest wrestler known to man, you can take on anyone, or you're a fucking shitebag. What is it?
What is it? You tell me. Then the announcers give a quick WWE 2K23 promo. Give us a quick update on this game.
It's pish, because no fuse.
And then we move into the main event. Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa. Pretty good main event. Back in pretty 50 match. The Usos come out. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn come out to even up the score, so to speak. Then they get into they continue the rest of the match. Solo Sikoa catches Rhodes when he's going for a disaster kick. Solo goes to hit the Samoan Spike, but Rhodes ducks underneath it, and then Rhodes hits the Crossroads and gets the 1, 2, 3. I like how Cody Rhodes just hit one Crossroads and got the 1, 2, 3. I hate it when he was taking on Seth Rollins and he hit 3 in a row.
I know. I just...
Less is more.
It is. But you know what? It was a good way to end the show, this, but the show was awful.
We see Paul Heyman doing a shocked, worried face. How many times have we seen this face before? And everyone's marking it as if it's like, oh, look at Paul selling it as he's a true professional.
The bloodline's almost over.
It's like, how many times have we seen Paul Heyman do this before, where someone does something on his guy and he's like, he's like, oh fuck, my guy is beatable. So, it's what it is. That's it. WrestleMania 39, go home, show me Raw. Honestly, man, this Raw go home show. What the fuck? I keep saying.
Raw go home show.
Oh god, it's a tired day, guys. Fuck. This Raw go home show edition is this wouldn't even be good enough for a B-level pay-per-view. This wouldn't even be good enough for a normal edition of Raw. But this is supposed to be, the Raw before Mania.
The granddaddy of them all.
And it was fucking shit. It really was. That's it, guys. I'm giving it a 2 out of 10.
I'm giving it a 0.
0? Alright, 1 out of 10 then. I can only imagine NXT and SmackDown will be better.
I hope so.
See, at this stage, what I know they won't. If personally, if it was me, there's only a handful of matches I really care about. I wish they'd put all the shit matches on one night and then put the good matches on the next night. But they'll probably filter it in, they'll probably have, we'll put a couple of the top matches on night 2 and a couple of the top matches on night 1.
Well, that's it.
They're going to do that, but...
We know Big Match John's kicking off, so there you go.
See if they said night 2, we're going to put on the world title match, we're going to put on the Cena match, we're going to put on the tag team match, and we're going to put on, let's say, the Mysterio match, and we're going to put on the Hell in a Cell match. See if they said we're going to put all those 5 matches on night 2, I wouldn't even bother watching night 1.
I know.
I'd pay somebody else to do a review for the channel.
How much would you pay them?
How much does WrestleMania cost?
Quite a lot, $9.99. Free on a start trial, brother.
I'd pay them the free trial part. That's it, guys. Catch you next time.
1 out of 10. 1 out of 10. Till then, though. Peace.